You're listening to Nerd Boys Comic Book Blog. I'm Marco.
And I'm Daimon.
And today we're going to talk about comics and stuff. Well, actually not that much about comics,
mostly the movies, the moving pictures.
Yeah, those moving pictures on the television.
Another form of sequential art. We was going to talk about New Warriors, which just got its whole cast, and I am very excited.
Yeah, if you haven't been listening to the podcast lately, then you don't know that Daimon is a huge New Warriors fan.
Well, really, I'm a huge Squirrel Girl fan, and New Warriors it's got Squirrel Girl in it, and they made all my dreams come true with this, especially the cast of the Squirrel Girl, because it's
the AT&T girl.
The AT&T girl. She was also... Honestly, I didn't know she was an AT&T girl until I found out about this. I really like crying, so I watched This Is Us. And, I can't remember her name right now. What is this?
Let's see. Milana Vaintrub?
She's just so cute in that show. I had the biggest crush on her. That's my whole point. And now she's Squirrel Girl, and that just makes everything better in the entire world. Like, it's just for me personally, the only thing that can make this work is if the show is bad. I don't know if it is. It could be. But hey, I heard it's co-produced by, I think Bill Lawrence is doing it? Is producing the show? Or one of the guys from Scrubs. Oh no, Kevin Bagel. His name is Bagel.
Kevin Beagle?
I'm sticking with Bagel.
I'm sticking with Beagle.
Okay, you can stick with what probably is a real name. But yeah, he's worked on Scrubs. He's worked with Bill Lawrence on Scrubs and Cougar Town, and those are fantastic shows. Yeah, those are really great shows. So I have high hopes for this. Also, we might get a JD cameo at some point in the show, which would be funny. Also, I like the rest of the cast. They all seem really good actors. I remember the kid that plays Speedball from Austin and Ally, and he was actually funny in that show, given that it was one of those Disney Channel shows where they told the same jokes as every other Disney Channel show. Matthew Moy, who is from Two Broke Girls, and he's great in that show, even if that show does just make a lot of racist jokes about him.
But he's also Lars.
Yeah, he's Lars from Steven Universe. We honestly just freaked out about this. If you haven't seen Two Broke Girls, or you remember that show when you watched it once or whatever, he's the little Asian, guy who owns the diner they work at. So he's like 5'1", and for some strange reason, Lars, to me, I thought he would look more like Lars. It's just like not at all like Lars, like just a completely different person. Like, but at the same time, it's great. I think he's a really cool looking dude. I think he's a really cool guy. I'm really excited about seeing him in there.
And then of course you need the handsome guy, and that'll be Derek Therill.
I don't know who Derek Therill is, but
he's gonna be Mr. Immortal.
He's gonna be like this really lazy dude who just kind of is like, yeah, no. And then Tardy plays Dwayne Tyler, Night Thrasher, who is like a Batman type character, except he's like way more insecure.
Yeah, Jeremy Tardy.
Yeah.
I hope he's not late to the set.
Really? Oh god, that reminds me of another joke that we shouldn't tell, mainly because it's not my joke, it's a friend of mine's joke, but it's a pretty good joke. I'm gonna tell you guys about it and not tell it. And then who else? Yeah, so we got
the final new warrior we have. Let's see, what's her name?
Kate Comer, and I have never seen her in anything, but she is adorable. She has an adorable afro and an adorable face, and she plays Debris, who was created by Scotty Young, one of my favorite comic book artists. And people. He's a cool person. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about this show and this cast.
Do you think she'll keep the afro?
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's nothing like a good afro on TV.
Yeah. But I mean, like, they made Tom Holland get rid of his mole, so...
His mole?
Yeah, he had a mole on his chin.
Really?
Yeah, before he was Spider-Man, he had this mole, and I was like, that's gonna be really distracting. And then they got it surgically removed.
Really? I thought, they didn't just put, like, cover-up on it?
No, I think it's not there anymore.
Maybe he just didn't like it too. Maybe he was just like, "Sweet, you guys gonna pay for this? Get rid of it." I've always been so conscious about my mole.
I've always been ashamed.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this action comedy thing. I've been waiting for this for a while in the Marvel universe because I feel like one of my favorite things about Marvel comics is they tend to get a lot of comedic writers. So a lot of my favorite writers are comedic writers. Let's put it that way. So a lot of books I read are comedic in tone, and also I want to see a book that's a show that's a little bit more grounded. Because Agents of Shield is very like, we're covert ops running around living life doing things. Oh my God, war's back again! Like it's always
bigger than life.
Yeah, it's always like this huge thing. So it'd be really nice to see them like just kind of like running around, because like my pitch for a Squirrel Girl series was like, and it still can kind of work with this, but like New Girl meets superheroes. So just like
cute manic pixie girl with roommates
trying to be, everybody's weird. Like everybody's weird, no one knows what they're doing, everyone thinks that they're normal, but she's the only one that's aware that she's not normal. Like it's great. So I think that'd be a really cool setup for a show with them. And I hope that it's a really good looking show and it's not like Diary of a Secret Life of an American Teenager. That's like literally the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, that lighting for that show is not good at all.
It's not just lighting. Okay, one, we talked, I don't know if we talked about this, but one, they shoot everything is a medium shot. It's wide, medium, and then it's just back and forth talking. They never do anything in the show. They literally just talk about things that have happened off screen that are risque. It's like, you guys had sex? Oh my God, the sex that happened, that's really bad. Oh my God, maybe I should tell my parents. Don't tell your parents. Next scene, I had sex with so-and-so. Why are you telling us? It's just like really, and it's just like they'll say, and they literally just sitting there in a room. Every scene is them in a room talking to each other. It's literally the most, also no secrets. There are no secrets. Everyone's just telling everybody everything. It's like, why are you calling this Secret Life of an American Teenager when it's just like literally all these secrets? Also, I've never had that much off-screen sex before in my life. Like no teenagers having this much off-screen sex and then telling their parents about it. Their parents just find out when they see their kid like leaving at the middle of the night and telling them to flipping them off and going, you can't control me. I'm going to see Jeremy / Ratisha. And then they like run off into the night, and they're just like, ah, damn it. They've been having sex, penis vagina stuff. I know it.
But then again, that's very ABC Family, because like, no, teenagers, when you do something bad, you should tell your parents.
Yeah, but
it's trying to teach a lesson.
They aren't ABC Family anymore, Marco.
Oh.
They're FreeForm.
FreeForm.
That means that they're free to do what they want to do. They're free to change the way that they have ever changed anything.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So Cloak and Dagger can probably keep some secrets.
Cloak and Dagger looks really cool, actually.
Yeah.
From the trailer. I don't, they dropped that bad boy by accident. I was like, oh, this actually looks like it might be good. Like, and it might be because they try to pivot in a more, like, CW direction. Like, they're like, haha, we have more money than you. Disney. And then they just make those same kind of shows and try to fight for attention. And we go, I'll watch both of those because now I can stream things.
Yeah.
It's all going to be on Netflix.
That's Hulu, right?
No. They part of Disney, so they have a deal with
with
Netflix. If you like, even if you watch stuff from like a few years ago when they were called ABC Family, there's a little like watermark at the bottom that says Freeform now. It's just like, oh, so look at that.
Oh. Rebranding. It's all about rebranding.
All about rebranding. And you know what else is re-something?
Let me guess. Is it the Matt Reeves Batman movie?
Oh, yeah. They're rewriting. Of course you're going to say...
They're Reeves writing.
Because we love terrible puns here at the Nerd Boy comic book blog. Yeah, no, the rewriting script, which honestly I don't have a problem with. The earliest version of the script, they were just like, we're going to have everybody come in at once. I was like, whoa, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Unless you really just seeing people run around with powers just like hitting stuff like in those weird X-Men 2 scenes where you see people and you go, wait a minute, I think that's Kitty Pryde, and you never hear the name and you go, And that's pointless. Why would they do that? So I think Matt Reeves is going to do a really good job. I think he's going to probably make it a more personal movie.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be cool. I think like Batman trying to stop Deathstroke from killing some dude who is also a bad guy. Deathstroke's like, why are you trying to stop me? Also, this is a really good chance for us to fight. I'm digging on this because I've always wanted to fight the Batman. Or somebody's like, Deathstroke, somebody hires Deathstroke to like take out the Batman. The Batman has to figure out who it is, and then like also continuously fighting Deathstroke the entire time. And you found out the whole time it was like
Jason Todd.
No Jason Todds.
Oh, who's the guy who played Hush or was Hush?
God, what was his name? Tommy something? Tommy. I know it's Thomas was his first name. Tommy Hushenstein.
Yeah, just put Hushenstein in there.
Yeah. I would like that. Hush
put plastic surgery face in there.
Hush is a cool character. When I read Hush for the first time, I was like, this is fucking cool. Where is this dude? He had the bandages on. I was like, that's such a cool like Batman villain. Like I thought it was pretty dope. So I'm excited. I'm a really big fan of this whole Dawn of the Ape series. I really want to see the new one. I probably won't get a chance to see it just because I feel like I tend to go see like 1 or 2 movies a month, and I'm probably gonna go see Atomic Blonde because that looks really fucking cool.
Yeah. Well, I just got back from watching War of the Planet of the Apes, and yeah, I think Movie Bob has a really weird, skewed view of that movie.
You didn't like it?
No, I liked it, but he had a weird interpretation of the movie.
Oh yeah, I didn't agree. Like I like Movie Bob, but it's times where I don't agree with him, and one of them is even on Spider-Man: Homecoming. He liked the movie too, but like as a Spider-Man fan, I was very satisfied with that movie. I feel kind of bad for Ben Affleck though, because I feel like he wrote the script and now they're rewriting it. But I think Matt Reeves is going to do a good job, and I think it's going to be the Batman movie that has Batman as a detective. Which we got to see a little. They tried to do a little bit of that in Batman v Superman, but I feel like giving us this idea that Lex knew his identity the whole time, it just kind of made Batman look dumber than Lex Luthor, and it ruined all the little detective work he did at the beginning of the movie. I was like, why would you do that to him? It's Batman. But I'm excited to see that. My biggest hope right now, my biggest hope and fear is this. I really want them to finally do Robin right.
Yes. So I was gone for a month, and I came back to this rumor that Drake Bell wants to be Nightwing. Is that for the TV show or for the movies?
Well, it's something he wants to do, I think. He was also talking, I think he was talking about, he was like, yeah, I'd love to be Nightwing if I got the chance. Which, honestly, I don't know. Drake is so very rarely in things now. So I can't really say, honestly. I think what's his name would actually make a better Nightwing. Josh Peck is a really good actor. He might make a better Nightwing. I mean, at the same time, like he's definitely like he's probably not as attractive as like he needs to be Dick Grayson completely, but I think he could pull it off if he needed to. If he needs to get buff, he could do that too. Yeah. Like, so I don't know. I think he would be between the two of them anyways, even though they might not be friends anymore, which I can't deal with, but we're not going to talk about that. That's
actually, I heard they made up.
I hope so.
Yeah, I heard the wedding drama is over.
Yeah, because that brought me down. I was like, first Brad and Angelina, now Drake and Josh. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? Who am I supposed to believe in? Like, I need to know that certain things, set in stone. Concrete, you know, like, you know,
some relationships are too unbreakable.
Yeah, I need to know, because then the next thing you're gonna know, everybody's gonna be like, well, I don't put peanut butter and jelly together no more. Like, that's just not a thing. And I'm just gonna be like, I give up.
The world is upside down.
End it all. You know, just I can't take that. That's too much. But yeah, I really want them to do Robin right. If they do Robin, I want them to do somebody that's literally like the same age as like Tom Holland, or a little bit younger to play that role. Somebody who can like looks like a kid. And
wait, but do you want Robin or do you want Nightwing?
Both, honestly. If they could do both, that'd be dope. Because I like the idea of Dick being in the world. Like, I would, in my head, like, I really like his position in like certain books where he'll just come in and be like, hey, like, Bruce, what the fuck is going on? And Bruce is like, Batman things. And it's just like, okay. Like, I'm gonna help you out. because this is obviously too much for you right now. So like that, like I imagine him not really, like he might get a fight scene in the movie, but honestly it's like the beginning of the movie, it's kind of like he's still like in his clothes and he just goes back to Bloodhaven. He like, but mostly he talks and then they introduce a new Robin into this movie or a second movie. But like I would like it to be like that actual dynamic, because even what's the name was like 25 when he was Robin, and he was like a really adult looking person. Chris O'Donnell. Yeah, Chris O'Donnell. I was like 25, 26 when he was Robin, and I was like,
how do you adopt a 25-year-old?
Right, exactly. That don't even make no sense. And honestly, like Hit Girl, Daphne Keane, and what's the name proved that you could just have like a 10-year-old kicking everybody's butt. That is not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, you could get a little kid who could be Damien or whatever character.
Or Tim. Yeah, get some like 14, 15-year-old. I'm just kicking ass. If they did that, I would lose my shit. I'm going to see that movie like I've already decided that if I go see Justice League and it's just going downhill story-wise, like I'm just taking headphones, I'm just putting them on and enjoying the visuals because it looks good as hell. It looks so cool. But like that, and that it'd be kind of the same thing for me, and that like, and I really hope that they have that dynamic because I think it's so important. I think a lot of people misunderstand that dynamic between Batman and Robin. Like, I think one of the things that kind of messes it up in stuff that tries to draw more from the comic books is the Adam West series, because he's like, Batman's like this, like he's a much more stable human being, and so he's literally always teaching Robin these important life lessons, you know, and that makes sense in the campy series. But when you start drawing from the comic books, you really got to get to the meat of Robin is what keeps him grounded as not a crazy person like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like people like really don't understand it. Like he has to take care of this kid. This kid represents this version of himself that could have been and taking care of him and making sure that he's okay, and not somebody that he molests on a regular basis. I'm getting tired of that, America. Batman does not molest Robin. That's not okay. The point is, I like that relationship. I like that Robin is he's his heart, you know. He's this character that's like, look, you know, I got your back all the time. And Bruce is like, I don't know how to raise kids. Here's some nunchucks and some throwing knives. I know
and staff.
And I'll teach you how to fight and hack computers. I don't know. Is that what kids like? Hacking
them computers.
Yeah. And he's just like, he's 10, so he's like, sweet, yeah. Teach me how to be a ninja. Let's do it. Also, you my father now. Let's this is good. So it's like, I really want that to happen. I hope that they bring that to the series.
Yeah. I'm also kind of bummed because the whole Jeff Johns script is now just gone. I was like a Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns script. So it's
I don't think he's gonna like completely scratch it to the point where it's just like gone. He's probably gonna look through that script a few times and like take from what he needs, and he's definitely gonna run it through them again. Like, I think Ben's still producing the movie as far as I know, if I remember correctly. Jeff Johns is probably still doing his thing, so they probably gonna be like, oh, you know, what about this? You know, should we do this? Can we do this? Oh, don't do that. Like, very much like Marvel. Marvel kind of has they kind of have like a more like concrete process of them just like, you know, these are the people you talk to when you have questions. These people are going to look over stuff and give you notes and stuff. But like, yeah, like I think they'll still have that like, oh yeah, don't do this. Batman would never do this, you know. Like,
Batman would never use a gun.
Yeah. Batman would never say, I'm really Bruce Wayne. That's not, no. He would go, I'm Batman. You know, you realize that. Also, Batman would, you know, never not have sex with Talia al Ghul.
He would never refuse that.
He would refuse it. He has before,
yeah.
And then she raped him. Which is the scariest thing ever. Like, somebody raped Batman. No one talks about this. No one talks about the time Batman got raped by some crazy terrorist woman and then to have his baby. Like, that's weird.
It's one of those, let's just forget where Daimon came from.
Yeah, let's just forget how that happened. Yeah, at least that's what happened in the animated movie. I don't know if it was in the comic, because honestly, I didn't get to read when Daimon like popped up originally. I just fell in love with him later.
Well, I think there's a lot of retcons around Daimon.
I know, right? It's so confusing.
It's like he was a test tube baby or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like he was like a test tube baby, and then mom made like a clone of him or something. I don't know. That part is confusing.
And then Rebirth probably was like, no, this happened.
Yeah. Which his Rebirth is going well. I was reading Wonder Woman before I got here, and Spider-Man. And Rebirth is going okay. Also, Super Sons last week was so good.
Yeah. When
they got into a fight, and Daimon and John, I like Daimon and John so much in that weird, like, it's just like Jan is like, I'm trying to be the best I can be, and Damon's like, shut the fuck up, I run this. He's just like, I've been doing this so much.
I've been doing this for at least a year now. Sit down, kid.
Damon's like always like tempting John to like full force just all Superman punch him in the face. Like he's just like, ooh, like you lucky, like every time. I feel like that's their whole relationship. Oh man, but it's so good. The whole Kid Amazo arc, I like that they like people was in danger in that arc. Like it was like they was up against like a kid just using the power suit or whatever, but this kid was dangerous. Like they had to protect people. People died. They had to outsmart Lex Luthor. It was good. It was a good book.
We should do a little recap of that in another episode.
We should.
I have issue 5 right now.
Wait, yeah, I think that's the one I just read.
Oh, nice.
Well, you find out like what happened after Lois and Alfred fought them. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's probably my favorite part where Lois and Alfred both
just like, y'all fucked up now. He's just like, oh no.
The real mom in Damien's life.
Yeah,
Alfred.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Spider-Man Homecoming?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the reason I invited you over. Let's talk about more Spider-Man, because...
So, that movie was my shit!
Yes. Oh, man. So, you and me, obviously the biggest Spider-Man fans amongst our friends.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, probably. Oh, man. Just, one, hands down, the funniest Spider-Man movie of all.
Yes, Spider-Man is back to being a roast lord.
Yeah, just even just other characters around him and like funny scenes. Like it's weird because they had Zendaya in the movie, right? And she didn't have like an arc or anything. She was kind of just like a caricature, but they use as a joke so often and with so much like character in it, that you understood that, oh, she's gonna be important later. Like in the rest of the movie, in the next movie, she'll be important. But right now, she's just kind of here, and it was cool. I don't like the joke. I like that she just would just appear and just like crush dreams and then leave. Like,
yeah, she's that girl in high school no one notices, but she notices everything.
Yeah, she was great. At first I was on the fence about the whole Ned Leeds basically just being Genki thing, but I like that dynamic a lot. I like that they brought that to Peter, and I like that he was hilarious.
Yeah, because now he actually has a best friend.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm a loser, I have no one in high school to talk to.
He had friends. It's just all his friends had so much drama, they couldn't help him with nothing.
Yeah.
Eddie was, not, I was going to say Eddie, but, not Norman. What's the fuck?
Harry.
Harry Osborn was always like, "Oh, my dad doesn't love me." Peter couldn't talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, I can't trust you with shit. Like, just go. I'll help you when you turn into the Green Goblin too.
The Green Goblin sequel. That's what you are.
Yeah. And he's just like, I'm on drugs now. Like, damn it, Harry.
It's always about drugs with you, Harry.
Everybody else is always in danger, dying. So I mean, that like having somebody he can actually trust to confide in with this information and is on the same level as him is refreshing and nice, and that's what Genki brought to Ultimate
Miles.
Spider. Yeah, to Miles. Like, it was really cool to have him like be there and be like, this you oh yeah, like I was reading Spider-Man today, and the part where Miles was trying to talk to that girl, which is one of my favorite things about Miles, is that he's like this like diehard like
Lady chaser.
Yeah, he won't stop. Every single time he's just like, oh, who is that? He's just like, dude, like, stop. He's like, but he always wants to like fall in love with some girl, like the next girl. He's like trying to, like, it's so funny. He's like a serial monogamist. It's great. But yeah, like that brings that to the thing, and it was kind of the same way, like had the same dynamic, like the part where he was just like, oh, Pete knows Spider-Man, like,
yeah,
immediately.
He's the wingman. He's also the guy in the chair.
Yeah, he's got a chair. Oh man, a scene where what's the name came in and into the library and he goes, I was looking at porn. Because that's the best excuse he could come up with at the time. Was great. I was like, that's fantastic.
I know there's a homecoming dance. I could probably get a real girlfriend, but there's porn in the library, so.
He's not talking to girls. He's in high school. I still know people who can't talk to girls.
Yeah.
Mostly because girls are hard and scary.
Girls are easy to understand. Just know that they're all crazy. Oh, that sounds terrible, but true.
I mean, they just really is really that everyone's crazy. It's just that they crazy is different from ours, and it's really annoying, and we don't know how to deal with it. It's just like, I don't know what that is. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of women, how about Betty Brant?
That was one of my favorite jokes. Because they were so bad on the screen. It's just like, and in other news,
just the editing on that was like, yeah. Whoa.
And it was so in high school, in my junior high school, we had a thing like that. That was like a morning announcement thing, and it was on the screen. It was people actually like talking, and there was like a video thing. And so that was a little bit like reminiscent of that, and it just was so perfect. It was so right. And I like that they used that character.
And they even have like a meme of like top text, bottom text meme of Spider-Man.
Yes.
Blows my mind.
Yeah, no. Oh man, it's crazy to think that one of the people that wrote that was the kid from Freaks and Geeks.
Oh. Ooh. What?
Have you ever seen Freaks and Geeks?
Yes.
You know the younger brother, her younger brother, the main character?
Yeah. He's a writer for Homecoming?
He wrote that with another guy whose name I can't remember. They also wrote the Vacation movie and Horrible Bosses 1 and 2.
Oh.
Which I can't really give them too much credit for Horrible Bosses. Horrible Bosses was really just Jason Sudeikis, Charlie Day, and that other guy whose name Jason Bateman just going to town, and it was that's the only all the best scenes are them literally together in any one room just talking, just quipping back and forth with each other. But that's neither here nor there.
It's really not anywhere really anymore.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring it up. I like fun facts.
Yeah.
Also, let's talk about Aaron Davis.
Yes. Okay, the biggest... I mean, not really the biggest. He's got a really small role, but, like, the most exciting thing about Homecoming is the fact that Miles is out there.
Miles' uncle is in this movie, and then he's just like, oh, yeah, I got a nephew out there. That was great. Also, all of his scenes... He had that one really great scene with Spider-Man was hilarious. Oh, man. It's so good. It's just so good.
Very New Yorker too.
Yeah, it was so chill. I just liked his whole attitude and like how he played it. Like, I didn't know who Donald Glover was gonna be when they talked about it. Honestly, I thought he might at first when they first announced he was gonna be in it. I assumed he was gonna be like Martin Starr's role, also from Freaks and Geeks, but Martin Starr's role, which was like the teacher who led after the decathlon or whatever. Like, I thought he was gonna be like a teacher or whatever, but he wasn't. He ended up being Aaron, which was crazy. My friend Cordy really wanted him to be Eddie Brock.
I could have seen that, but like a few months ago, I had told Andrea that's gonna be Miles' uncle. I'm calling it right now because why would they put so much emphasis on Prowler in the comics in like all new, all different?
Yeah, but like it's not like I was kind of between Eddie and him. Because I was more leaning towards Aaron too, because I was like, as much as it would be really cool for them to actually set up Eddie Brock like they did in the Ultimate Comics, it seems like they not even gonna do Venom. Like, they just gonna let Sony do Venom, and it's gonna be Tom Hardy, which is kind of cool. I mean,
Yeah. And then
I'm curious how they gonna do it though.
Horror, sci-fi. They're just gonna do
we'll
whatever.
see. We'll let them figure it out. We'll see when the trailer comes out, and then decide. I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those things where it's just like, if I don't think of it from the comic book stuff, it's a cool movie. But if it's like, if I think about that, it's just gonna irritate me. Kind of like Final Fantasy Spirits Within, or like that old Godzilla movie from 1988. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's just a guess. Like, but yeah, like it was yeah. I was gonna say, like, Prowler is Hobie Brown still in the main universe, and he's like helping Peter when he needs somebody to pretend to be Spider-Man. But Aaron is a different version of Prowler, which one of the coolest things about Spider-Man is the first time they revealed that Miles and Peter remember the old universe. Because for the most part, we knew the only person that actually remembered the incursion happened and all that stuff was Black Panther, because he had the Infinity Gauntlet when it went out.
When it all went down.
When it all went down. Everybody else pretty much started from Original Sin, and then like 8 months later, like nothing that really happened. But it was interesting. I was like, oh shit, they knew. So they knew this whole time. They knew that, stuff was different. Miles knew that his mom had died before. Like,
everyone knows, like, at least the two Spider-Men, because they were on the life raft when that happened.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, you know what? I miss when you were in your universe, and I was in mine. And now it's both of ours.
Oh, yeah, no, that was great. That whole, like, yeah, that one time when we, like, yeah, I kind of remember that. Like,
yeah. So where does this portal go to now, since your universe is dead?
I know, exactly, right? I was like, oh, man. And then the other Miles Morales was, like, some rich dude who might have some connection to Taskmaster or villains or heroes or something.
Yeah, and also might just be because Miles is half black, half Puerto Rican. Looks like in our universe he looks more Puerto Rican.
Yeah. He's just more Puerto Rican-y. That's not a word. That's an
adjective right there. More Puerto Rican-y.
A little racist, I think, honestly, now that it comes out of my mouth. But yeah, like it looks cool. I'm really excited. A lot of people were mad, like Movie Bob and a few other people were talking about in reviews. They were talking about how the movie wasn't like big and it was small, and it was okay. It was small, but that made like that kind of epicness made the original Spider-Man better. And I really love the first two Spider-Man movies, and I like parts of the other ones. I still feel like it's on par. I feel like it's very on par with Spider-Man 1 and 2. I would put it, honestly, as far as quality-wise, I would put it higher than 1, but lower than 2.
Yeah, basically.
But I think one thing I really loved about it being small and a more personal movie was it felt like it was purposely a setup for something greater. I feel like the next, it's going to escalate. Like the stakes will escalate with each movie. Kind of like in manga, where like the first mission is like,
yeah, it's gonna be a shonen manga.
Yeah, in that way, and I look forward to that, because I'm like, this was a really good, like, this was a perfect start for that. Like, for them to be like, there's more. Like, this felt like a really good. I think I was talking to you about this. It felt like a really good, like, opening run to a comic. Like, you're like, oh, this is great. Like the first we're getting a new set of writers. We're getting a new creative team. And this is what they're showing us right now. Yeah, and we're like, okay, this is gonna be different, but it's gonna be something good. Yeah. Like it looks really cool. Like the original Spider-Man movies, a little bit they're not too dramatic. They work. They're dramatic Spider-Man stories, so they feel like those dramatic Spider-Man stories. Well, it's like the usual Sam Raimi goofiness. Yeah, the kind of weird otherworldly quality that his movies tend to have. Like there's this high quality B moviness to it, Yeah. Which I love about those movies, especially after I watched like Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness. I was like, oh, so those are just Sam Raimi things. Like, it was like, this is cool. There's his brother, from Xena. I really like the ending to Homecoming, because it was like every Marvel movie now is like the whole world has to notice this event. Like, there's portals in the sky, and like the world's ending. But this is like, maybe a few people noticed if they looked out their window. Yeah, it was a real crashing. Like it felt like a real, like a regular, like cool personal Spider-Man story. It was so dope. And I love the Vulture. The more I think about the Vulture as a character and the way they set him up in the movie, the more I love it. One, Adrian Toomes wasn't in the comics he was more of a scientist guy. He was just a mad scientist guy. Like, he was basically like a whack Dr. Octopus, let's be honest.
A Dr. Octopus that's like, I'm gonna die soon, so let me steal all the stuff I can.
Yeah, but like, I love the like fact that what they did was formed a team of people who scavenged things for wreckages of other battles after everything at like the Vulture. Like, that was cool. I just liked his character. He believed everything he was saying. You felt it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, and it confirmed it with that last scene with Matt Gargan, which, I love how they set up Matt Gargan as a villain. But I like that moment because he's just like, I heard you knew who he was. He's just like, if I knew, I'd tell you. And it was like, I respect that you saved my life, that you saved my daughter's life. We not like good forever, but you know, because I'm still in jail. But you know, like, I'm not about to rat you out to this dude, even though, because he gonna come after you anyways. I really ain't got to. But like, you know what I mean? And also just Matt, like, giving Matt this really strong reason to hate this Spider-Man dude. Like, he fucked my face up. I was about to get this money. Now I'm in jail. Like, nah. I didn't leave Orphan Black for this. I'm coming to fight.
That ending scene is really awesome, but I thought it was going to go in a different area. I thought he was going to straight up meet the Kingpin. And he was going to ask him.
I wish. I feel like they being so like... Because on some level, they like, oh, well, they don't line up. Y'all can get these shooting schedules together, all right? Y'all can get this together. Y'all just gotta schedule. All right, you got some people, and then that's their whole job is to set up shooting schedules, and like, just Kingpin, just like, he ain't got to do all that many. Like, he got some stuff to do. He can go over here for a few days.
Just do the scene from Punisher where he's lifting weights. Get the Vulture.
Yeah, like that 1 second. Like, honestly, I don't even need a lot. I just need them to be like, in Defenders, like, do you hear about that Spidey kid? Yeah, that's weird. What is that about? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
get like a nice, like the same thing from Homecoming where they had like that TV report, and it was like Spider-Man, a picture of him like getting out of a porta-john with toilet paper.
Yeah, I love that. That was so funny. Like, the Spider-Man saved everybody. He's just like coming out of the toilet.
Just get something like that, like an image like that on a TV in Defenders. Tie it all up.
The only thing I kind of had a problem with, and I'm on the fence about it. I'm not sure yet if how I feel about it. It depends on what they do in the next movie. But the very end, where Aunt May finds out.
Oh, I have this stupid idea of like every Spider-Man movie in the series is gonna have a weird time back into being a teenager title. Like, the next one's gonna be Spider-Man Grounded, and it's gonna be Aunt May be like, no, you can't be Spider-Man.
And him, like, sneaking out to be Spider-Man, and like, that'd be kind of cool. Spider-Man Grounded would be actually a pretty cool title if you wanted to keep this theme. I just hope they don't do Spider-Man senior year or senior prom.
I think the third one's gonna be Spider-Man Graduation, and that's him, you know, doing his adult thing.
What I am curious about is, we know now that Miles and Peter can exist in the same universe and it not be an issue. Are they going to try to kill Tom Holland? Or are they going to introduce them both, build new series around them if they do Miles? But I think they set up Miles, but they aren't because Kevin Feige was like, you'll never know what happens, which basically means that we're not gonna plan that far ahead. You know,
because we're working with Sony.
Yeah, they working with Sony. They got to make sure that I honestly feel like they have found or are trying to find a way to get Spider-Man from Sony. Like, this deal on some level it's totally just a trick. It's a corporate espionage, backhand, like, wait, we didn't notice this clause, like like, wait, but it's not fair. Like, there was time now. Like,
we were gonna get out of bankruptcy because of this.
Yeah, like, or like, if they make, I wouldn't be surprised if they make a certain amount of money off the Spider-Man Homecoming movies, like, it literally counts as them like buying back, them giving Spider-Man back to them on some level, I would not be surprised if it was just like, well, you guys made that crazy amount of money that you thought you weren't going to make from these movies, so we have Spider-Man now. And now we have all the merchandising rights, TV rights, the animation rights, all the rights that we need. Peace out. Gotta go.
Like, cut and run.
You know, like, and then they're gonna be like mad. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, that was a really good, that seemed like a really good deal at the time. But then they're gonna be like, but it wasn't. Because now he's just like, now it's an international like thing. And everyone's waiting for the next movie. But they not gonna make money off that next movie. You know?
They can make money off the game.
Yeah, because it makes sense why Disney made that deal, because they have the merchandising rights already. That's most of the money. The movie's gonna make money. It's gonna give them money. So it's a decent deal. But Disney got the merchandising rights. They good.
Yeah.
TV show, and they got a TV show to keep it bolstered, to keep the fans bolstered while they waiting for the next movie.
Yeah, keep the kids interested in the
Exactly.
Spideys.
And Damon.
And what?
And Daimon interested too.
Oh,
also,
the kids and Daimon.
Yep. I'm about some Spider-Man toys. I don't know. I ain't had one in a while.
You know what? I saw this Marvel Legends, like this big black suit Spider-Man, and I was like, $60 doesn't sound like too much.
Yeah, you're just like, is that really too much money? Because I don't know. I feel like that's just the right money to
If
get
anything,
this
that's a bargain.
Yeah, right. Like, actually, did you see the trailer for the new Spider-Man series?
I did. I saw a little bit of it. I saw a clip. Not blown away, but I'm also like, no, I'll watch it.
There was I don't know if you saw the big clip or the smaller one. I know there was a smaller one and there was a bigger one that kind of showed like the origin, and it was maybe like 7-8 minutes. I really liked it. I liked the tone they was going for. A lot of stuff that I had an issue with in Ultimate Spider-Man, they did away with, like not featuring Peter Parker mainly as a character, and not like having his friends and stuff be around and that kind of stuff. Cause like, where was Mary Jane? Where was Gwen? Where was, like, where were they in Ultimate Spider-Man? Like, they basically didn't exist. I think there was one episode, the beginning of the series, they did a few episodes with them, and then after that, I was like, Web Warriors! You were just like, God damn it.
Everything you're worried that the Spider-Man movie was going to be like, oh, let's throw in every Avenger. Let's throw in every
Yeah, it was just like every week, and he was like constantly talking to Nick Fury, and I was just like, this is...
Oh, originally they wanted Nick Fury instead of Tony.
Really?
Yeah, that was the original script was like Nick Fury is his mentor.
Oh, really?
But now they just swapped that, so it's Tony is Peter's mentor, Nick Fury is now Carol's mentor. Ah.
Oh man, that's right. D23 is this weekend.
Yeah. Oh my god. So even after this weekend, we still have to talk about more Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Oh man. And I'm really excited about they finally shown Andy Park's Wasp costume. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it does. Did they show the color scheme or just the black and white?
It was like, I think it's the same color scheme we saw, the yellow. As far as I can see, it was a color scheme, but they used the piece at like really natural looking color, so it's kind of hard to get it out. But I think it's the yellow and black color scheme. The big giant Thanos thing that they had, oh man, that thing looked cool. I was like, man, I wish I was a D23 person. I don't know how they get to go there, but I want to go now.
I mean, because they also have Kingdom Hearts 3 there, so.
Oh, don't even bring that up. I'm so excited. I just can't handle it. I'm trying not to think about Kingdom Hearts 3 until it's time to like really start thinking about Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I got to figure out how to get a console. It's a lot of stuff. Actually, you guys, if you want to send me money through PayPal to get a console and Kingdom Hearts 3, just, PayPal me at damonhanson@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Do
you also want to plug your podcast?
Oh, yeah, maybe I should. Me and my friend Matt McCandless, as we like to call him, he doesn't like to be called MC Candles, and me, I'm DJ Wick on the ones and twos. We do a podcast called Down on Nonsense at downnonsense.com, and check it out. On the site, we posted some comics. You can download the podcast. You should be able to. I'm having an issue with it on my phone, but if you got a better phone, man, you can probably download it. And we had a guest this week, Diana Quake. She is a cute cosplayer girl who does cute cosplays. So we know how much you guys like that. Just don't send her or us weird messages. make them PG. If you think she's pretty, just say, I think you're pretty, and not anything about your penis. Keep your penis out of it.
Yeah. I mean, the cutest guest that we've ever had, besides Andrea, my wife.
Well, she's not a guest. She's like a regular contributor.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the closest thing to a guest is just you. You're a special appearance. You're the Nick Fury.
I thank you.
Yeah.
I'm the Samuel L. Jackson of this.
Yeah, you're the Donald Glover
of this. This nerd blog comic book universe, cinematic universe. There are no cinematics, but
you know what? We should make a podcast cinematic universe going on here.
Yeah, I do still really want to do like podcasts where we just like talk about what we would have done with movies that weren't very good. I love those a little bit too much, and I really want to talk about X3. I had so many things. Also, part of me really wants to talk about Apocalypse, but the only thing about this is like doing this and the same thing. Movie Bob always says it when he does it, and other people like, I'm not a movie executive. I'm not that person. Some of my ideas solely exist based on the fact that the other movie was made, sucked, and I'm like, oh, I would have done that better.
Yeah.
But not like I'm not. You're not starting from scratch like they did and going. So what we gonna do?
Yeah, basically how we open the podcast is like, so how are we gonna open this up? But then once it starts, kind of just go.
Yeah, and then we get better, and then it's X2 in this motherfucker.
Oh yeah, yeah. So are we gonna?
Was this another Spider-Man Homecoming thing? I love It's funny. I didn't see the last teaser trailer because I had to leave a little bit earlier for the last before the credits ended completely, but I heard about it.
It's very funny.
It's hilarious.
If you are not expecting anything, it's funny. If you were expecting Infinity War, it's disappointing.
It's also still funny. I was expecting. I was like, that's the best thing. I was like, wait, what was the last one? I texted my friend Courtney. I was like, what was the last one? She was like, it was Captain America talking about Paige. I was like, that's the best thing ever.
The first time I saw it, I was irritated. The second time, I was like, no, this is the best credits ever.
Because I think it's because Thor Ragnarok is going to be like a whole big like Infinity War is coming. Like I think it's going to have two like in credits thing that sets up other stuff. It might hopefully. I really want to see some Captain Marvel something. I really do. I'm hoping they drop the suit at San Diego. I want to see what Brie looks like in the suit, the like art for the suit, but they're not gonna drop it for a while. Probably.
They're gonna have a 90-minute panel
at D3 or
no at Comic-Con.
Whoa.
Yeah. So on top of D23, you have a 90-minute
Comic-Con
Marvel Hall H panel.
Yeah. I wonder what they even gonna drop at D3 because if it's probably not gonna be that much. It's probably gonna be something cool, but it's probably not gonna be that much.
Yeah. I mean, I could see them like. Because you've been seeing on all the on-set photos where it's like Doctor Strange meets Iron Man for the first time, or like they have all these weird cast photos of like.
But now they've been doing this thing. They got this new tech where in the camera, so like when they film with the cameras, you can see a rough outline of the
special effects on
of
top.
the special effects. So. Some of that stuff can get done earlier, but it also lets them just like know where people need to stand, their marks and stuff like that. It's pretty sweet, and so you can kind of see what stuff looks like a little bit. And I'm curious if they're gonna show any of that, like behind the scenes stuff, like a little behind the scenes featurette thing. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that at San Diego Comic-Con. I'd be surprised if they did it at E3.
Yeah, I could see a sizzle reel for Infinity War coming out.
Yeah,
like a quick 2-minute like. This is an interaction between Doctor Strange and Iron Man. This is an interaction between the Hulk and, I don't know, Drax.
Yeah. Black Panther, maybe.
Oh, I want Black Panther to just be like, I don't care who you are, Star-Lord.
That was the worst Black Panther impersonation ever. You sounded like Yugoslavian or something.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, it was great. Oh, so good. But yeah, no, I think I think Black Panther. It's gonna be. I'm excited for the movie. We talk about that?
We didn't. I talked about Charles with it, but not you. You know what? We could do a whole thing about that on the next episode
of Dragon Ball Z.
Stay tuned for the next Nerd Boys comic blog where me and Daimon talk about a bunch of movie trailers. Some good, some bad. You'll just have to see which ones we're going to talk about.
All full of action.
Next time, it's personal. But hey, if you've listened to this whole thing all the way through, might as well just leave us a like and a comment to let us know how you feel. And hey, you can also share this podcast with all your friends and also subscribe if you're so inclined to do so. I'm Marco.
I'm Daimon.
And this has been Nerd Boys Comic Blog. We'll see you guys next time.